The objections you hear, or the negative perspectives that the prospect may have, generally fall into four categories. They have heard annuities are too expensive. They may not like the restrictive access to their money. They think the insurance company keeps their money if they die, and they want to get higher rates of return. Well, let's address each of these objections one at a time. Too expensive? Well, ask the prospect to define what too expensive means to them. More than likely, they won't be able to articulate it clearly, so you're going to have to provide them with a little more education. You want to talk about the fact that the only annuities with high fees are variable annuities, and the type of annuity that you're going to be using with the client for their volatility buffer has no fees, unless they put an optional rider on it, which is not necessary in the strategy that you're discussing. You may want to provide a quick explanation of how the insurance company can provide this offering. In a fixed index annuity, the insurance company generates income from the prospect's deposit and uses some of the income to buy options that could generate the returns on the index. If the index is negative, the prospect won't lose any money. And if the index is positive, their old account get credited from the profits of the options. If the insurance company makes 4 to 5% and spends 2 to 3% of that on call options, they realize a 2% or so gross profit. The worst case scenario for the prospect is a 0% return. Restrictive access, if the prospect is concerned about restrictive access to their money, you're going to want to talk about the fact that we can address this concern one of two ways. First, there are some products that have 100% return of premium associated with them. If they're adamant about wanting to get 100% of their money anytime, you can explain that this is possible and the only risk is not receiving interest on their money. Secondly, you can explain that the restrictive access is only the cost associated with the annuity purchase. In exchange for the ability to only make money and not lose money, the insurance company has to design financial strategies that reduces the liquidity on their account. Additionally, you should reinforce the fact that we are making sure that they have enough liquidity in other accounts in case there is an actual emergency. The insurance company keeps my money if I die. Well, this is a fairly simple objection to overcome. Explain to the prospect that this is only one specific feature of a specific annuity. And over the years, there have been so many new designs of how you can get lifetime income from an annuity and still leave what is left over to their beneficiaries of choice. I want higher returns. Well, this is another simple objection to overcome. With proper planning, you'll demonstrate to the prospect that it should be appropriate for them, and if they wish to seek some higher returns, that you are certainly not suggesting that they put all of their money in any one particular product. Remember, the most important part of overcoming objections is knowing the real objection that your prospect may have. The way you uncover this is by asking the right questions, asking them to elaborate on their answers, and then truly listening.